That took a second, but I don't think anyone's here yet, but looks like we're gonna wait maybe a second and then get this speed run going. Yeah, I know this isn't the most ideal setup, but I don't have a streaming software, and yeah, this is all I have for now. Move it over a little bit. But anyway, goal of this stream is relatively simple. We're going to be trying to stream this entire Poppy Playtime series in under 3 hours. I will have my timer right here, although it is going to be kind of small and out of the way because for some reason the engine that this game uses is not the best. So, and if I touch this timer while my mouse is on it, it'll just pause the game and it might cause me to mess up. It might cause some tumultuous times, and yeah, my entire camera just came crashing down. So that was kind of unlucky. Yeah, I do not have the most structurally sound tripod. It's just my phone resting on top of a bunch of cubes. Oh, geez. Let me reset that real quick. We'll get started in just a second. Alright, well, this didn't quite go to plan. Alright, make sure all this is centered. Alright, good. I feel like that should be a little bit better. So let me go ahead and flip it back. Alright, actually, what I think, maybe I can move this down a little bit. Yeah, you can still see my monitor perfectly. Now it's not as tall, and I can probably move it over a little bit. Hopefully not another disaster happens. That'll be really bad. But anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and start. My camera may be lagging a little bit. We're just going to have to deal with that when it happens. So, but yeah, I guess let's go ahead and boot up Chapter 1 and get started. Now, by the way, I'm doing a 100% speed run. So what I'm trying to do is get every single VHS tape, every single note, and in Chapter 4, I'm going to get every single trophy. Yeah, it's going to be a 100% speed run. So, yeah, I guess we can just hop right into Chapter 1. I'll have my timer going. It's right here. You're probably kind of hard to see, but hopefully y'all can see everything. And by the way, I'm going to kind of be slouching down in my chair, so if I'm kind of hard to hear, that's probably why. But anyway, I guess let me go ahead and get started. Alright. So yeah, I'm assuming if you came to stream, you kind of already know the premise of this game, so I'm not even going to really explain it. We're just going to get right into this thing. Alright, let's go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1, go. We should have picked a better setup because I can barely see.
My name is Pierre, and I'm
things in front of my monitor, so I can't even really see the middle of it. Sorry, let's go ahead and get the grab pack. We don't have to watch any of the tapes, we just have to put them in the player. Everything like that. Yep, there's Huggy. He's looking pretty cool. Go ahead and spam this door. Obviously it isn't working, so. Probably going a little slower than I could be because Hey Huggy, how you doing? Alright, I can't seem to find the... Oh, there we go, there it is. Always forget to check that one spot. By the way, yes, I am going to VOD this stream if you want to watch it later.
Where are they keeping the $100?
Also, I'm doing this entire thing with no major skips. We're going to see the entire game. And then in chapters 1 and 4, I'm not going to use any glitches at all. But then in chapters 2 and 3, I'm going to use a few minor ones to make it go a little faster. I'm just going to use the ones that I know. I'm not doing anything too crazy. Well, if I get a single death, I'm not even really going for a deathless run. I mean, I am, but you know, I'm not. It's fine if I don't get it deathless. Oh, I forgot to... Oh god, I'm so dumb. Alright, that was a bit of a time loss. Ah! I went the wrong way again. Yeah, you know what? That's... I think we're just gonna go ahead and reset. Alright, so... Yeah, we're gonna have to reset. Alright, also another thing I kind of want to do is, move my makeshift tripod. Because I feel like this is affecting my ability to see anything. So, I think I'm gonna have to show it from the side. It's like, so I can actually see and it doesn't affect me. I wanna try to do the game normally. Alright, but anyway, now that intermission is out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and restart. So yeah, we're just gonna do this again.
Hi, my name is Lane Pierre, and I'm the head of...
I don't know if y'all can still see my timer, so it's at 1:27 right now. So I'll probably get through this chapter and then make another adjustment, because I can't keep doing it all the time. Who knows, maybe this time I'll get through this part a little faster. So where's the last one? I can't see it anywhere. Okay, or not. it? Checked all the spots. Where is it? Oh. I didn't know it could be up there. Okay, so far not so great, but this time we're gonna try that other puzzle again. Oh, that was much fun. Alright, same thing again, as I've already seen this. Alright, now I'm gonna do it right this time. So do this, come down through this side, wrap it around. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, y'all can still see everything. Yeah, that's fine. It's just kind of turned to the side. And also, something I will warn about is that I have my, I have all my graphic settings, like my brightness, gamma, saturation, all that. I have all that turned obnoxiously high. So, yeah. It's just to make everything easier to see. I know some people turn it like all the way down. I don't know, make it darker, a little more scary. I just want to make it bright.
So, Steph, what would you want to work at the Playtime?
Alright, now we're just gonna have to sit here and wait for a second for our toy to get made. By the way, no, I'm not gonna submit this to like an online leaderboard or anything. This is just more of just a casual speed run. I actually also did this speed run just yesterday. I got really close, but I failed in chapter 4. Also, I should be able to do this in one stream because remember that awful feature I talked about on my phone where I had to like cut the stream and everything? I managed to find my way around it. So, should be able to film the entire stream. This is going to take about, like I said, I'm going for under 3 hours in the title. But, although if I do mess up, I'm not going to take it too hard. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really plan for this. This only took me a few days to plan. I'm a bad streamer. Although I'm trying to get for Christmas maybe some actual streaming equipment. And he's chasing me. Okay, though, this is like one of the easiest chases. I know exactly where I need to go. Yeah, this is just one of those things where just, now that I'm speedrunning, I know exactly what I need to do, but when you don't know where to go, this place is absolutely terrifying. Oh, my mouse almost just jumped right there. Yeah, we don't even really see Huggy at all in this chapter. Guess we'll see him for a second, though. We'll see him right there. He's looking adorable. Close box. And there he goes. Plummeting into the void. So yeah, that was kind of unlucky for him. But we're not going to worry about it. At least not until the end of chapter 4, of course. I'm going to go ahead and get our last tape. Go ahead and shove that in the player.
Final line in relation. Experiment 1.
So this hasn't been my best run so far. It's I think about 8 minutes. Just do chapter 1. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the timer right there. So that's 8.92, and then for some reason my monitor is a normal LCD, so it just fades right there. And yep, that's all for chapter 1. Right, and by the way, I'm timing all of them together. I'm not doing it all separately. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for this. And yeah. Yeah, and every time I move on to a new chapter, I gotta reboot the launcher and everything. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and move on to chapter 2. On to chapter 2 now. And yep, there's, if you want to go ahead and read that, I'll leave that up. Yep, and there's Mommy Longleg's hand, she's twitchy. Alright, go ahead and move on. By the way, the current version of chapter 2 is older than the current version of chapter 1 because they updated chapter 1. So yeah, this one may look a little weird, so just ready for that. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start now. We're picking up exactly where we left off in chapter 1. And again, to Elliot Ludwig's office. Now, in addition to all the VHS tapes we had from chapter 1, we also have notes, which is in every other chapter. Then we also have trophies, which are only in chapter 2.
Sorry.
So there's Poppy. By the way I do these puzzles is by tapping and then holding the mouse buttons. That makes them go a lot faster. Y'all can hear it okay and everything, right? Oh, thing. Yeah, I have Do Not Disturb mode turned on when I'm gaming, but for some reason that one thing just doesn't work. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes since we started. I mean, since we started for real. We had to redo chapter 1. I almost fell into the void there. That would have been bad. But like I said, I'm not really going for a deathless run. I'm just, you know, going for a run.
I'm going to need you to trust me.
Yeah, chapter 2, this chapter is still pretty broken. You don't really have, there's not really a good version of this game, but, I mean, not really good. Chapter 2 is pretty good, it's just, doesn't have a version that runs really smoothly. And yeah, I use that trick a lot in this chapter. Yep, here's Mommy Longlegs.
Isn't this exciting, Poppy? Very exciting, Mommy. Mommy heard that Miss Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape. Now, how is that fun? Instead, why don't we make a game out of it?
I will say, my speakers aren't the best. They're Logitechs. They just don't really know for being super great, but they get the job done, so I'll give them that.
Mommy loves that idea, Poppy.
Yep. Mommy's just explaining how the rest of the game is gonna go.
Musical memory, and Mommy
Although I already know, I don't need to listen to her.
obey the rules, or I'll tear you apart and eat your insides. You're still alive.
Yeah, like that's supposed to scare me. I'm a speedrunner, Mommy. I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'll finally open up this door after way too long. And yeah, by the way, she stole our red hand. So now we're going through this one-handed. We're not supposed to be able to get that trophy until the very end, but I mean, I know where it is, so I'm just going to get it now. There's also a trophy over here that we're going to go ahead and get.
Follow Mommy Longlegs down the stairs, and we'll start by playing musical memory. See you in a bit.
Also, like I said, we do have to put all the tapes in the player. We don't have to watch all of them, but we do have to put them in the player. Alright, now, we'll have to do some setup before we can actually go into the first mini game. By the way, no, we don't have to play all the cardboard cutouts. I do still play a couple of them anyway, just because I like them. Go ahead and make ourselves our green hand that we're going to use from now on. Alright, that's going to take a second for it to do its thing, so we're going to go ahead and put in that tape. We're going to run back here, and there's going to be a trophy up there we're going to go ahead and get. And also, you don't have to do this for the speed run, but it's one of the trophies if you're playing this on PlayStation. Is I try to minimize use of the grab pack, where if you can press E to do something, I go ahead and do that instead of using the grab pack. No, I just prefer not using it. Makes you feel like a little bit more of a self-restraint, I guess. I don't know why, I just do that, okay? Don't judge me. It's probably a little slower for your speed running, but I go ahead and do it anyway. There's a bucket of paint that I gotta go ahead and grab. Also right here is the trick I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab the hand like that instead of pressing another button and going through it all again. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next minigame.
I know when your birthday is.
No, you don't.
28.
Nope. That is not my birthday. It's not even close. Now, they actually did make a version of this game where you could skip this cutscene, but then they got rid of it because it inadvertently made the game worse.
Cognitive recognition test is designed to stimulate.
It's not too bad, but we do gotta sit through
allowing
this.
us to see how quickly and efficiently the brain works.
Sorry.
A sequence of colors will be shown, and you must recreate the exact sequence using the buttons around you. Bunzo will slowly lower towards you. When you complete a color pattern correctly, Bunzo will rise back up. When you input a pattern incorrectly, Bunzo will lower towards you faster. If Bunzo reaches you, your test is over. The test will become
Guys, like this little Lego calendar I made?
with
Made this like
longer
10 years ago now.
succession. That's all.
I keep it on my desk.
Good luck.
After I found it in the attic a few years ago. I so much forgot I threw it away.
Isn't it amazing? Mommy hasn't seen the place up and running in years.
Maybe that's a good thing.
And we can only imagine how excited Bunzo must be. It's been such a long time since he's been able to play, to cheer, to eat.
Yeah. Maybe there's a reason for that, because he wants to kill me. Yeah, this chapter, the difficulty amps up a ton. Because now you got multiple things that kill me, it's not just how you eat.
Red,
Alright, this one's just as Simon says.
red, yellow,
I like this minigame.
red,
A lot of people really don't, but I do.
red, yellow, green, yellow,
Sometimes it does, sometimes my mouse buttons just don't work here.
green, yellow, blue,
Yeah, this is pretty easy, not gonna lie.
round 2, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, 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 red, yellow, yellow, green, yellow, red, yellow, yellow, green, violet,
Yeah, it's gonna add more colors. Eventually it's gonna add symbols too.
round 3, white, white, blue, white, blue, green, white, blue, green, orange, white, blue, green, orange, yellow, white, blue, green, orange, yellow, orange,
Almost lost that one. That would have been bad.
round 4,
Now the first 3 of round 4 are always gonna be the same. It's gonna be blue, J, and then heart.
blue, J, blue, J, heart, blue, J, heart,
The 5th one is always gonna be pie.
I, blue, J, heart, heart,
And then the last round, there's just gonna give me a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, we're not even supposed to do this. Eventually, if we wait around for a second, we're gonna get a button you have to go ahead and hit. That's gonna end the game. Then we gotta go ahead and open up this vent so you can crawl through it
That's no fun.
in a minute.
For doing such a splendid job, Mommy has decided to give you part of the code for trade.
Now, let me say this. The first 2 parts of the train code are always going to be the same,
Could last a little.
but then the 3rd part is always going to change.
It's okay though. Mommy knows other ways to play with you.
By the way, it is actually possible to do this game in just 5 minutes, but I'm doing it with no major skips, so I can just see the whole game. It's just better that way. And I'm doing it 100%, so if we do that, we can't get all the trophies, tapes, and notes. There's a trophy in this room, and that's actually kind of hard to get, but we're gonna want to get this. We're gonna grab this electricity. We're not gonna let go just yet, but we're gonna put the tape in, hold down this lever. We're gonna let go. Then we're gonna take this crane, slap it, turn it on, and get it to come down, pick up that trophy. Now we're gonna pull it, grab this. Now we gotta do is pull the crane all the way to the end of this little track system it's on. Eventually it's gonna drop the trophy so we can just grab it. Yeah, that's a pretty cool Bunzo trophy. Gotta make sure that, we move kind of slowly, because if we do, our hand might get caught on something. Then we'll have to go backwards and redo some of it. Eventually right here, we gotta go up here because we gotta move this dinosaur to get it off of this lift so we can get out of here. Alright, so pick it down, so pick it up, we're gonna move it, we're gonna hop on this lift, and yep, we're out. Alright, now we've got another puzzle, which again, I'm gonna use the trick. Yep, and we just gotta make our way back to the hub area. Also, every single chapter is gonna jump scare us with Steam. I don't know why, but that's pretty cheap, not gonna lie. Alright, and we're back in here. And you can see that Mommy killed Bunzo for failing to kill us. That's honestly pretty dark.
Mommy is super proud of you, but I'm sure she's already told you that herself.
She's just pretending to be proud of me.
Swaggo wuggy. Head downstairs and have.
Alright. What was that? Right. Now this minigame, we don't have to set anything up. We could just go straight for it. Now this minigame is actually a little bit more tricky than the last one. I might actually die this one. I mean, hopefully not, but...
Welcome to Wacko-Wuggy.
Really, the thing that really makes this hard is the lighting.
Is designed to assess the extent of your reactionary abilities. A dual palm grab pack will be provided to you for this test. Around you are 18 sizable holes.
Not gonna lie, as someone with trypophobia, I'm not really a big fan of this one.
Could appear out of any one of these holes.
Sorry. Holes in places where they shouldn't be. It's just the opposite of ASMR.
That's all.
Instead of just makes your skin crawl. Probably not these, but like little tiny holes. Just where, I mean, not all tiny holes, just in places where they shouldn't be.
This game used to have strings attached to them, so they could be pulled back when they got too close to the children. Have fun.
And yeah, this is basically just a three-dimensional whack-a-mole, except for whacking these little huggies. Called them adorable. I'm pretty sure that's debatable. I mean, they are adorable when they're not trying to kill me. I will say that. Yeah, these guys are kind of hard to see. In the updated... Oh, I actually just hit my timer for a second. Now, in the updated version of this game, they actually did make these guys a lot easier to see. So, that was one nice thing about it. Really, the only thing that brought it down was it had very bad rendering issues. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, once they pop out far enough, they're gonna start growling. Let you know that, you know, hey, we're right here. I'm trying not to hit that timer. That's the issue I was talking about with the Unreal Engine. I don't have that problem with all these basics because it uses Unity, and that one always keeps my cursor in the middle of the screen. Although, it happened again. Although with Unreal, that's the game this game and Security Breach, another game I play, they have this issue. Probably should stop talking and focus on hitting these huggies. And because they're ravenous. But I feel like we shouldn't have too much longer to go now. This one, you kind of just gotta keep hitting them. Eventually they're gonna come out so fast, you just hit a hole. Every hole, regardless of whether they're in there or not. But anyway. Alright, that's that minigame done. It's terrifying the first time you do it, but then once you learn how to do it, it's really easy. Alright, there's our other hint. That's the second part of the train code. That color pattern, it's always going to be the same, no matter what.
Only one game left to play. Sad. Mommy was hoping you'd stay here forever. Though, it's never too late to change your mind.
Yeah, I don't like the way she laughed like that. That's kind of sussy. Alright, I'm gonna try to do a trick where we can get through here a lot faster by climbing up on this rail and grabbing this trophy, and then yeah. Last time I did that trick, it didn't work, but got it this time. Last time I did the speedrun was yesterday, which almost succeeded, but lost at the very last second. But anyway, now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the game, where Kissy Missy comes out. Hi, Kissy. She's by far one of my favorite characters in this game. My favorite right after Doey, who we'll see him in Chapter 4. I actually have the Doey plushie in the background right behind me, right next to Dr. Reflex. Probably show you that later. And then we got one of these really big electricity puzzles. We gotta move it around and stuff. Yeah, the electricity from these green outlets it only lasts 10 seconds, so gotta be kind of quick with them. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in this tape. By the way, that's the best tape in the entire game. It has Jacksepticeye in it. You'll probably be able to hear it if I hang around for a little bit. Actually, I'll just show you. Yep, that's him. Yep. There's no mistaking that voice. I'm pretty sure when Sean was making this game, they were like, "How Irish can you really be?" He was like, "Yes." He was like, "I just thought I'd damn the bloody old could be on me merry way." I really wish I could show you that tape. That one's really not really good, but unfortunately we gotta get out of here. We don't want to stay here for longer than we need to. Now it's time for this last mini game, which I actually have a really clever trick to make us go through this a lot faster. This one is technically cheating, which is why I'm not submitting this run anywhere, because I'm pretty sure they'll disqualify me if I do.
Hope you had a fun day at the game station. See you next time.
Yep. Alright, I'm trying to grab it with both hands at once, but unfortunately, mouse buttons like to delay sometimes. Never had any really, like, deadly mouse delays, but they happen just enough to annoy me. Now for this puzzle, we actually don't even need to really complete it. We don't even need to grab the rods or anything, we just need to connect these 2 points. Last time I did this, I grabbed the timer while doing that, and yeah, I just caused me to mess up and have to redo it. Okay, but here's the trick we have to do. First what we need to do is grab this blue cube, and then shove it into the area. And then this might... Wait, I got it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna shove it right next to this wall.
Welcome to statue.
We're gonna wait for this instruction tape to finish. We're gonna hop on top of this cube. We'll watch this tape because if we do that, it'll be considered skipping it.
You can move through the obstacles at this time. However, when the lights turn on, you can look around but cannot move.
Making sure y'all can still see it okay. I mean, there's no one here, so I'm a lone streamer going online without anyone seeing me.
If reaches you, your test is over.
He's adorable.
That's all.
I wanted to get me, but unfortunately he kills me. So as soon as this tape finished, what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump over this wall using this cube. And what this is going to do is let us go through the obstacle course before the game even starts. We're technically not even skipping it because we can still hear Mommy talking. She's saying, like, they say, you messed this up and we're going to kill you. Or something like that. I really don't care what you have to say. By the way, we have to take the hard path because that's the only one that has this trophy in it. There's actually a glitch in this game where we can actually sprint while crouching. Normally we're not supposed to be able to do that. But then for this one we have to just leapfrog over these boxes. By the way, the game technically started right now. So yeah, we technically did participate. So I guess we're not really skipping it. Although since I technically cheated, he's going to be moving really fast. Right, now this one... I got it. That one's really annoying because sometimes I just fall into the void while I'm doing that and it just kills me. And yep, we're out of there. Yeah, Mommy's saying come back. I'm like, I don't want to. Oh shoot. Well, I fell back down and got some fall damage, but it's not that bad though. Not gonna lie, if it actually let me finish that game, I would have, but the game doesn't want me to. No. You want me dead. Mommy Long is by far my favorite antagonist. She's not my favorite character, but she's my favorite as an antagonist. And technically, Doey did technically turn into one, but that was through a twist of events. Alright, so there's a tape right here. We got our next node after a while. I love Cat B. I've actually never really seen Cat B in the game, like as an actual entity. I wonder if we will someday. Alright, so there's our next trophy. Now what we need to do is actually get one of these Bunzo dolls. Oh, and I actually missed it, and my timer's gone. I think it's still running though. I think my timer's still running. I mean, if it isn't, I'll have to cut the stream and label this as a fail. I should still be able to control it through the game, though. By the way, that tape that's playing right now, that's Eli Roth. Talking about how the Playtime Factory is good at marketing. Not really say the developers are really good at it because, you know, Chapter 4 came out and was a lot worse than they said it was. Chapter 4 is not bad, it's just Chapter 3 is way better. I don't think I have to worry about accidentally clicking the timer anymore. Alright, so there's our tape. And now we're going to use the trick again. Where we tap and hold.
Very big spider crawling around.
They're talking about Mommy being alive around here. And yeah, speaking of which, she is now very angry. Now it's about time for the actual Mommy chase. Yeah. I don't want to play hide and seek, so... But unfortunately we have to. not even counting down. She's just doing that just to scare us. Now she's gonna come chasing after us. Well, luckily though, I know exactly where I'm going, so. And yeah, lag spike. Yeah, Poppy Playtime series, it does lag quite a bit. Anyway, let's hop back out here. This hallway. Go ahead and open up this place. And if we come in here, there's actually going to be our last trophy. Yep, that's all the trophies. I hope I didn't miss any. Yep. Staff only. We technically are a former employee. We're technically not breaking any rules here. Yeah, this one you gotta pull these levers down a certain order. I know exactly what the order is. And yeah, here she comes. Time for the first part of our chase sequence. And yeah, we're just hiding from her. We're gonna pop. She's making some pretty horrible noises too. I were to think if she waited for just a second longer, she would have found me, but she didn't. So now what we need to do is we gotta go ahead and turn on this furnace. Run up here and place this gear molded into it. I'm gonna open up this furnace. Can't go in there just yet because if we do, I'm pretty sure it kills us. Got our gear. We're gonna use it to fix this door. So we can go through it. And yeah, here comes Mommy again. But luckily though, what we're gonna do is hide inside of the furnace. This is just me, or does that look like a nipple? Alright, so her footsteps just stopped. She's still technically playing fair, but once we trigger this lag section, by the way, there's a lever right here that we can pull. Yeah, now she really doesn't care anymore. Yeah, she is screaming, knocking things down. She's very much trying to kill me at this point. And at this part, if you make a single mistake, she kills you. Especially this grab. I've actually messed up this grab before and it just killed me. And then this one is kind of hard to get the momentum to make it across, but luckily I did. Alright, now once we get back here, what I'm actually going to do is press P, and that's just going to reload the game. And I'm going to do that because sometimes right here the game breaks and this part just doesn't render. Yeah, but anyway, I hope my timer's still working. Just underneath the game window. But anyway, this door is going to take a really long time to open up. And yeah, which is kind of bad because she's coming for me. And also, until just a little second, it's very important that you don't make any movement because otherwise it's going to cause your hands to get stuck off the screen. They'll still work properly, it's just you won't be able to see them. But anyway, yep. Sayonara, sucker. It's honestly kind of gross, though, I'm not gonna lie. Yep. That's Mommy. Dead. Forever. Never coming back. Yeah. Yeah, Huggy Wuggy definitely does return in Chapter 4. Oh, everyone was saying that he might return, but yeah, Mommy's definitely dead by now. So he got claimed by the prototype. Reached his hand and pulled her body away. Honestly, I can't wait for Chapter 5 to come out. By the way, you're not supposed to be able to go through it this quick. I'm just skipping through it. That's our last VHS tape, by the way. The last one is pretty much always the black one. Except for chapter 4 where it's white. But, anyway. We're into this final part. We're right above the train station area. We're in this part. We're gonna go ahead and grab this. Let's see, our code is 2314. That's the part that does change.
Good.
And yeah, there's Poppy.
I'll board the train. We need to leave.
Saying we're getting ready to leave now. And yep, now we're just gonna do this one. This one I'm actually gonna do it backwards just because once I pop out of this slide, it's gonna put me in, it's gonna make me go forwards. Tiny save, I just like those. By the way, a massive shout out to Easy Speezy for showing me how to do this speed run. I highly recommend checking out his speed runs. He speed runs pretty much every game you can imagine. Alright. Two parts are always the same. It's at 2314. And yep, that's the train. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this lever. And we're making our way out of here. It says press tab to view the train code. I kind of already saw it. Actually, you know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna make sure I got all the trophies, and yes, I did. All right, and got every single note. Yep, we're good. 100%. And yeah, this is just a really long cutscene. Yeah, we can kind of just sit here and chill for a minute.
I was so scared she put me back in that case. But you saved me. You are perfect. Too perfect to lose. I'm sorry. I can't let you leave. I've never met anyone like you. Do you know how long I've been stuck in that case? Well, too long. I had so much time to think and reflect. Time to figure out exactly what I would do when free. We'll set things right. Terrible things have happened. But I know that whatever I need you to do, you're capable. We will. What?
Yeah, Poppy's just gonna lure dumbbells and how the rest of the game is gonna go, but obviously, I trust the prototype more than I trust Poppy. I mean, he is still a villain, but at least he's there. This game is kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. The story is definitely not complete, and God knows if it ever will be complete. And yeah. You ready to end this? Chapter's almost done. Yeah, every chapter is going to be longer than the last. So yeah, as soon as that goes on, we're going to start pulling on this lever. As soon as it goes all the way down, I just push the button that pauses the timer for the next chapter. So hopefully it actually paused and I can actually keep going. I mean, my screen time warning hasn't even come on yet, so I think my plan to override it actually worked. So yeah. And also in chapter 2, there's no way to skip the credits, so we're just gonna have to sit through them. So I think while that's running, take a quick intermission to show you what I'm up to. Yep, I got Doey and Dr. Reflex right there. You might have already seen them when I had my phone come crashing down, but that was entirely my fault for not having everything set up properly. And also, you guys want to see what my entire setup looks like? That's what my entire setup looks like. It's still a bit of a mess, but, you know, not as bad as it used to be. My phone with my screen time warning is about to come on. It's gonna come on any second now, but still hasn't, so I think we're still good. Oh, my speedrunning timer is still working, because if it's not, I'll have to cut the stream. I'll still post the VOD and everything, but yeah. So far, so good. Alright, the credits just ended. Let's go ahead and turn this back around. And let's get out of chapter 2. Actually, no, before I get out of chapter 2, I'm going to go ahead and on this. See if is my timer still working okay. Oh, it's actually still working perfectly. So let me go ahead and get out of this. And yep, as you can see, my timer's back on there. It's still working. See, have they teased who the next Nightmare Critter is? No. They teased one for Poe, but yeah, they first use Baba Chops. And yeah, I just like looking at all the plushies they have. They're pretty cool. Yeah. They have a lot of merch here. But anyway, let's hop out of chapter 2. Let's get back onto the rest of the speed run. I think I'll go through chapter 3 and then maybe just take a break because I've been at this for quite a while now. Alright, let's boot up chapter 3. Wait, where's my timer? There it is. Alright, let's boot up chapter 3. Chapter 3 is by far my favorite chapter. I like it more than chapter 4. It's scarier too. In chapter 4, we can actually skip these intros and everything. But anyway, there's Catnap. So get ready to run into chapter 3. I'll let you go ahead and see that for a second. They didn't even give us the actual screen for it. And actually, before I go in there, I guess I'll go ahead and show you what settings I have. Obviously, I have all my volumes turned all the way up, and then here's the reason why it appears so bright, because I have these things turned all the way up. I don't have them all the way up in chapter 3, I just have the gamma all the way up. Saturation and contrast, I only have it at 50. And then, yeah, FPS limit 120. And then, yeah. Actually, what, just for you guys, since some of you guys probably haven't seen this, I'm going to go ahead and turn the subtitles on. Yep. Now we got all that taken care of, and my timer looks like it's still functioning properly. Let's go ahead and start this up. I'll go ahead and skip the intro. We don't even want to see those. We just want to hop right into the speed run. Now this game has a lot of loading screens that we have to go through. And stuff like that. But yeah. I'm not even sure if you're supposed to pause the timer when you're going through the loading screens. I don't, but if I'm being honest, you might have to. And yeah, we're still under 45 minutes. We've done chapters 1 and 2. We're doing pretty good so far. Alright, we're gonna resume the timer as soon as we gain control and start moving. We're gonna go right now. Gotta get out of here quick because we're inside of a trash compactor. We gotta get out of here. Alright, let's go ahead and pull ourselves up. In chapter 3, we can actually use 2 hands to pull ourselves up, and that makes it faster than using 1 hand. Yep. We're picking up. Catnap rescued us from the train and shoved us in here. I like how chapter 3 starts. It starts off really hectic. By the way, this game is made using a different version of the Unreal Engine, so that's why my hands look slightly different. Although, don't worry, we're gonna get more hands soon. Pretty soon we're gonna have 4 hands, eventually. You'll see what I mean once we get there, though. Probably doesn't mean what you think it means, though. I mean, if you've already seen this game, you know pretty much everything I'm saying, so... yeah. We saw Catnap crawl into there. Now we're just making our way through this vent. into this area. And also, chapter 3 only has 6 notes, and they're all in the same area. It has a bunch of VHS tapes. There's also a little delay before it actually goes in the player, and the time we hit it. And also another mechanic is it has these batteries we have to put in there. And yeah, it has cardboard cutouts, but I don't listen to them. Of the smiling critters, that is. And yep, you can hear there's a phone ringing. That's going to be Ollie. He's going to be communicating with us throughout this thing.
Hear me? You look kind of lost. I don't want you to die, so I'm gonna help you. Check this out. Look at the tube thing on the back wall. Ready? Look down. You can use that back
Oh, come on.
for the door.
Alright, let's open this door.
Whoa! Did you do that? I guess that's where Catnap found you. I know you're probably mad at Poppy for not letting you escape, but she needs
Yeah, okay, that didn't work. Tried to use a little skip where I get up there a lot faster, but it unfortunately didn't work, so...
including you. Lake is straight ahead. Smiling critters.
And also in chapter 3, we got these super fancy power poles that we can like rotate and everything. I've been streaming for like over an hour now. Yeah, here's our first loading screen. Apparently you're supposed to pause the timer when you're going through these, I just don't. And yeah, we got another really, really long cutscene.
Hello. My name is Elliot Ludwig.
Where the founder of the Poppy Playtime company is just
What
telling us where we're going now
it means
and
more.
what the premise of chapter 3 is.
Round one. Money. I never
But although this is like a really long, like 5-minute cutscene, we just gotta sit through it.
The common man has lost it. Each answer was different. And I could perhaps see some little technique. But I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see, not one of them could muster a smile. A smile is hope. A smile is love. A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile, they deserve to love, and they deserve a safe home. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Co., I announce Playcare, our very own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong. Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail.
Oh, that happened again. Alright, where's my cursor? There it is.
Mothers and fathers until such a time.
Good thing that happened during a cutscene and not at part of the game where I'm actually like actively running.
Inspiration and
Alright, so cutscene's about over. We're gonna get ready to move again.
For what gives life its meaning if not us?
Alright, let's keep going. No, there's Ollie again. He spammed my number a lot.
It's me again, Ollie. Cool place, right? The kids used to live here. Now look at it. Anyway,
We're gonna open up this.
that statue in the middle of the room? Take the stairs that go under it. There's a really cool...
And
You got
through that little tube, Ollie's gonna send us stuff.
Where does it go? Well, head back out. You should find a door just to the left of the cable car you took down here.
Although, of course, as we'll soon see, Ollie isn't who he seems to be. But we'll find that out at the end of chapter 4. I'll stick around for that. Yeah, the premise of this chapter is in theory really simple. Oh, clicked on my timer. Also moved it slightly. But here we go. Now we've got ourselves another hand. We got ourselves a purple hand, and this is... First of all, while this one goes a lot, we can shoot it a lot farther, we can also use it to jump really high using these little pads on the ground. And yeah, clicking on the timer during the speed run is bound to happen whenever I'm looking down. Especially in chapter 3, since we have to like look down in order to jump, and I clicked on it again. Try not to go down and right at the same and left at the same time with my mouse, but we're gonna go ahead and come down here. Go ahead. You got another one of these where you kind of have to solve 2 puzzles at once. There's a lot of these in chapter 3. Really like how they did it in this one. In chapter 4, there are hardly any electricity puzzles. So it's gonna take a while for electricity to get through the entire thing. Yep, we're gonna come back in here. I got my hair against my nose, that's really itchy. And then here, we're gonna go ahead and hit that button. I'm gonna turn on this little system. And yeah, I think I'm safe from the screen warning on my phone. Because I've been at this for like an hour and 8 minutes now. It still hasn't cut me off. By the way, we want to wait a second before we actually make it out, because because the power's gonna go out, and if we get out of here while the power's still on, it's gonna cause the game to get messed up, and then we'll be soft locked and we'll have to reset. And I really don't want that to happen, because if I have to reset the game, it'll send me back to chapter 1. So yeah, I'm trying to do this all in one shot. Anyway, we gotta go back here. Ollie's gonna give us another key. And this one is actually to the orphanage building, right in the center of this place. Actually, this is the center of the place, but at the back, I guess, the heart of it. And yeah, by the way, it's about time for pretty much one of the scariest parts in the entire game. Or at least the concept of it is, when you're playing through the first time, but it's also probably pretty much my favorite part. Anyway, we're gonna make it out here. I'm gonna send it to another loading screen. Chapter 4 doesn't have any loading screens, so it's only in chapter 3, so... And we're gonna go in here, and yep, now we're gonna get sent into Catnap's red smoke. And yep, now we're hallucinating. We're inside of a nightmare. Now, one thing that's very important, that through this entire section, we actually can't let go of the run button, because then we're just gonna have to walk. But anyway, there's scratch marks all over the ground. There's radios, which we unfortunately can't listen to. I kind of want to. I kind of want to listen to these radios because they kind of add to the scary part of this. Although I have the gamma turned all the way up, so it kind of makes it a little brighter than it's supposed to be. Yeah, we saw Catnap for a second there. Yeah, this part is actually insanely scary if you're doing it for the first time. Like, look at that face. That looks horrifying. Someone pounding on that door. Yeah, and Catnap. He's just watching me through this entire thing. And then this radio that's talking seemingly gibberish, but it's actually talking in reverse. It's the doctor saying how we shouldn't have come back. We'll see a lot of the doctor, we'll hear a lot from the doctor in chapter 4. Until we eventually defeat him. Then there's Catnap again. Luckily though, we're almost done with this section. And yeah, my thing goes really dark for a second there because my monitor's trash. Yeah, we've been on this speedrun, as you can see by the timer, it's been almost an hour since we started. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pick up this tape. And by the way, this tape we have to watch in order to go through it. because it's the one that ends the
Greetings,
nightmare.
Welcome to your first day here in Playtime.
And yeah, it's another really long lore dump.
You'll find your new family here every bit as loving and supportive as your own. Feel free to wander the halls, sit in the mess for lunch, or watch our children play and learn to their little hearts' content. Join the innovationists where the bounds of science are continuously pushed. Or join the counselors of Playcare, whose diligence and care for our children will help shape a brighter future. Just you see. Now, every one of you has your part in that future, so should you come back tomorrow feeling unhappy for where you are or what you've done, worry not, for your supervisor is here and happy to listen. And should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust, finding all that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors, each hungry for your return, each eager that they might find you. Perhaps they'd smile at you from a shadow.
Yeah, that face is actually pretty creepy, not gonna lie. Eventually he's gonna come out of that TV and just start chasing us.
Or perhaps they won't allow you such time to figure your place in the world you've left. A world that's theirs now. Welcome home.
And yep, coming out of the TV. And now we actually want to die to him right away. That's because it's a scripted death. There's no way to avoid it. And yeah, that's what gets us out of the nightmare. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and wake up. We're right back at the beginning of the building. And yeah, we're just through. No real harm done. And yeah, now we're on to pretty much the longest puzzle that I've ever done. This is a really big and complex puzzle. Right now over here is no way we can deal with the red smoke because we've got a gas mask now. Gas mask is really annoying since it obscures our vision, but we're just gonna go ahead and make it through. Pull down this, we can make it through here. We're gonna make it through here. Why can't I get through here? We're gonna open up this door. It's gonna open up. And that's because there's a VHS tape that we have to play back here. This one was honestly pretty easily missable, so. That's a foreshadowing onto chapter 4. 1322, that's a Dowie, who we'll see in chapter 4. Alright, you can see, we'll have to do a lot of like battery puzzles in this game. Or at least in this building. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and get our first battery out of this little dead Bobby Bear Hug statue. And then we're gonna go back here. The other battery's already right here. Go and press this button. Like I said, you can use your hands for a lot of these things, but I want to be a self-restraint and use it as if, and not use the grab pack if I don't need to. And also, here's another cool thing about this game: we can actually switch back and forth between our hands. It's also really cool how the game did this. You just use our number buttons to swap our hands and everything. And anyway, here's another VHS tape we have to play. Honestly, too, in very close area. It doesn't sound like the best thing you want to do in a game like this, but especially since the oh, and I messed up. Okay. I can't find the door. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I got lost for a second there. Okay, that was a bit of a time loss. There we go, I got it this time. Okay, we've been at this for over an hour now, so it's starting to get a little bit more scary because I don't want to lose at this point. And after this, we got another chapter to go. Alright, so we need to get our first battery for the next section. It's behind this alive Bobby Bear Hug statue that actually tries to watch me, but it's stuck up behind him. Or her, I guess. Is Bobby Bear hug a girl? I forgot. Anyway. We're on to our next section. This one we gotta plug in our first battery right here. Get some electricity from here. Run all the way here to this. I think it's supposed to be like an elevator shaft or something. A 4-way elevator shaft. And I forgot, and I just realized I actually did it wrong. What we want to do is get electricity from right here, shove it in there, run back, get some more electricity from the same spot, run it back, so we can run it back in here again. Got another car that we're going to go ahead and use. And then go ahead and start these things. You can technically hop on them and ride them, but that's kind of hard to do, so. And we're about to enter another room full of red smoke, so we're going to go ahead and put on the gas mask. Open this door. See Catnap hearing his way through the vents. Red smoke's in the vent, too, so. Alright, so but as soon as we hop out, we can take off our mask. Grab this battery, scan our hand on this door. And my nose is extremely itchy this stream. I'm sorry about that. I've seen me pausing often. I'm kind of scratching my nose. Ugh. Nose is so itchy. But anyway, as you can see, this main door opened up, and now I can scan our hand on it. Open this up. Alright, now we got another one of these puzzles. And now we got one of these things that can actually do the hand connecting for us, these little turret machines. And now we're gonna take these pylons and hang them where we need to put them. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect, or try to disconnect this one. And I forgot to actually aim this one. We're gonna aim it this way. Go ahead and turn that on. Take this one, grab this little bar, and so this other one can't get deactivated. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna come on here. There's our steam jump scare. That one wasn't as scary though, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright, but anyway, now that we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and push this button. It's gonna get us in here. Nice convenient elevator that's gonna put us in here, although I made me feel like they were still constructing this place and then just gave up while they were working on something. Or is it just a way to get down to the maintenance tunnels? They just forgot to remove it once the construction crew finished. I really don't know. Although that didn't get in there, so that maybe it was intentional. It's just rotting away like the rest of this place. But anyway, there's Kissy Missy again.
No! No! Let go! I didn't do anything wrong. I'm actually here to help.
I don't know if Kissy was trying to kill me or if just Poppy just said that.
This place makes her tense.
Also over here, the frame rate just drops.
Could help you get this far. He's the reason we found you at all.
And then the cam mic turns back up. Honestly, those two together is
The plane
cute.
crash hurt us both. You've been through so much. You deserve an explanation. Come on.
And yeah, the game starts lagging right here.
You'll be okay.
Yep, they're gonna go ahead and turn on this elevator for us to use. Let's go ahead and go on there.
Listen, I'm not your enemy. I can't just let you leave.
Yeah, they're continuing to lore dump us.
Better than all of us.
There's a lot of these lore dump cutscenes throughout this game.
We can get revenge on those
Especially chapter
monsters
3.
who tortured you. Tortured us.
There's like a really long, like 10-minute cutscene at the end of chapter 4 that we have to watch before we can stop the timer. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is actually hit the button before we get all the way to the top.
Do the honors.
Oh wait, never mind, they fixed the bug.
Prototype knows we're coming by now. You try to escape, he'll kill you before you ever reach that front door.
I was trying to use the skip that Easy Speezy tried to use to get out of this place a lot faster, but I'm using a patched version of the game, so they apparently fixed
Let me
it.
help you kill him. Let me help you save everyone. We've all seen you, how capable you are. You killed Huggy. You killed Mommy. You freed me. You are perfect for this.
Alright, now we can finally move on.
It's coming. He's the final obstacle the prototype has placed against us.
Also, the game's not really lagging anymore, so that's nice. So we're going to take this power cord from the Home Sweet Home building. Now we're going to run it all the way down to that secret room underneath this statue. And now Ollie's going to try to call us. Now he's going to send us another key. Is it just me, or does Ollie kind of sound like Dora right here? And now we're into another kinda scary part of this place. Or at least it is when you're playing for the first time. I know exactly what I'm doing now. And then this area is where all 6 of the notes in this game are. First one's right here. All 3 of the notes talk about Miss Delight, the head teacher of this creepy schoolhouse. And yeah, like I said, there's only 6 of them. Those are the only notes in this entire game. And yeah, she's going to be chasing us in just a few minutes. And she's right there. But she didn't notice us, so we're good.
Wait, I recognize you. Yes, I remember. You used to work here. How are you? Alive. Barb? Oh. Barb said you're looking for your co-workers. Catnap wouldn't like that you're here. You should leave. For your own safety.
Yeah, Miss Delight is absolutely cuckoo. She made a mace out of pencils and stuff. She named it Barb, and she thinks that Barb is alive. And talking to her. Yeah, she's been in here she's been stuck in this building for years. She's absolutely insane. You saw her walk past there. The storage took a second open. As you saw, my flashlight just burned out as well from that electricity. That was a really powerful surge of electricity, I'm not gonna lie. Now, Miss Delight's chase sequence is actually supposed to be really hard, but I know a trick to make it like 10 times easier than it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's cheating, because I'm not really going out of bounds or in any way, or even skipping any part of it.
Are you? You're not like the other humans in that way.
Okay, so she's not human, obviously. And apparently she wants to kill me.
I look forward to finding out.
Ow, my nose. Okay, so here we go. She's gonna smash open that thing, give us a battery. Now, how Miss Delight works that as long as you're looking at her, she's not gonna be able to move. So we're gonna stick it in here. She's gonna come for us. Now what we're gonna do is grab this battery and just hold on to it for the rest of the game. So as long as we're going the right way, we should be fine. If I actually set down the battery for a second there. Yeah, she might be able to catch up with me at this point, since I had to briefly stop. Although as long as we're going the right way, we should be fine. Yeah, I can hear her ganging up on me. This is actually kind of scary. Not even gonna lie. I mean, she's supposed to be able to lose you, but I mean, I don't think she did for me. She might be right behind me right now. This could actually be bad. Okay, so this is the trick I need to do. We're supposed to be able to move the electricity around and grab all the batteries and everything. Okay, she's still pretty far behind me. Oh, so good. Yeah, but then she teleports. Yeah. Because this game doesn't want me to leave without her. She's not that fast, she should be fine. Yep. And then she has a very scripted death. And dies. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Nice leg, by the way. I'm not even gonna miss her, but I just say that. Alright, now I get another loading screen. And now if we go right here, we actually get another hand. And what this hand is a flare gun, but in chapter 3, there's only like 2 places where I use the flare gun. I use it a lot in chapter 4, so we'll see it a lot more then, but for now I'm not even gonna use it that much. For now what I need is the purple hand. Yes, I still have the purple hand. Swapping back and forth between all my hands. We're gonna launch ourselves over here. And then over here. Take out the green hand again. We're gonna use these so we can move this electricity. We're gonna move this, switch back to the purple. Go over here. Make sure my cursor isn't over my timer. That could cause me to mess up. That one gives me like 20 seconds to complete that puzzle. That's honestly more time than you really need. Alright, now we got another one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and aim this turret over here. Sure I'm not hitting my cursor on there. I'm about to. If I do that wrong, I almost fell off right there. That would have been very, very bad, because I would have fallen into the void and died. Oh, okay, at least that one wasn't too bad. Alright, so now we're going to do that. It's going to go all the way through. And let us get it, and then move up this elevator. So you can hop back out. And we're going to another section, which is another part I've died a lot to. You can see Catnap over there. He built that shrine for the prototype, and now he's just praying to it. Yeah, Catnap actually thinks the prototype is a god. Yeah, some of these... Yeah, a lot of these toys are absolutely insane. Yeah, they're absolutely cuckoo. Okay, another loading screen. Now once we get out here, I am actually going to take out the flare gun hand. The reason I need it is because of these little guys, these little smiling critters. Is we need to shoot them in order to get them away from me. Now if we go right here, there's going to be another tape. And we need to run back and stick in right here. That's these here talking about Catnap. And yeah, these smiling critters are everywhere. And if even one of them gets you, then they kill you. Yeah, I probably should be going a little faster right now, because these guys are pretty quick. Obviously they're not like stupid fast like some of the other enemies in this game, but I really don't want to get caught by a single one of them, because that is going to be bad. They're going to be in this area, but I know a trick to make this go a lot faster. So instead of actually solving this like big old button puzzle, what I'm actually going to do is try to jump over this wall. And then yeah, that's just going to skip the entire button puzzle. And yeah, just going on our way. We don't even need to deal with the little guys anymore for now. So we can switch back over to the purple hand. And we technically do need the gun hand for this next section, but as long as we do it exactly right, we don't even need it. We should be fine, because for the end of this next chase, we're gonna jump over the big pit. And yeah, there's Dog Day.
Come to save us.
Yeah, he's not doing good, is he?
Nothing to save. Not here. Bird Catnap's home, Angel. Their home. The rural pillar's eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry. They want nothing more than to claw beneath your skin and eat away at you bit
feel what feels empty inside themselves. That thing, catnip, the prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics. These little toys follow catnap to avoid that very fate. And in return, for that, we try to fight it. The prototype's control. I am the last of the smiling critters. Listen to me. You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy can fix this. End this madness of torment. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. Leave me.
That was another lore dump.
Please, just go.
And yeah, now they're turning Dog Day into another monster. Now we gotta run away from. Yep, I know exactly where I'm going, so this should be a breeze. Although Dog Day's fast, so if we make him a single wrong turn, we're gonna die. Also, usually I don't crouch for any of these because I gotta do that a lot in games like Security Breach and stuff, where it's like doors I gotta crouch under and everything to go faster. But we're gonna try not to do that in this game for this chase. Alright, we're gonna go down the slide. We're gonna do the one to the left because it's gonna get us to the next section a little faster. Right now we're gonna, oh no, almost fell. And I almost got caught in the Dog Day, but, because I just hit the timer, but luckily we made it out. And we're good. We're gonna go down this slide now, into another loading screen. Right? Made it out of that playhouse. Yeah, Ollie's a pretty weird guy, isn't he? Pretty sure that won't come into play later. Not. Need another key now. Now, since our plan to get in there didn't work, we're going into the counselor's office. And that's over this way. I like those little huggy statues, not gonna lie. Prototype is a superhero to catnap. And yeah, now we're in the counselor's office. On to this section. But first, what we want to do is you gotta look in this vent, grab this battery, stick it in here. Or you need to grab this battery back, stick it in here. There's another tape we gotta play. This one's just like an emergency broadcast or something. Saying is how the toys around here are all going crazy. But we're not going to worry about it. Yeah, it says help. Only don't want to know what implications that might have. We're going to climb up here, crawl through here. Now we're on to another really big puzzle. Starting up here, what we want to do is we want to pull ourselves up here. We want to grab this PowerPoint if my thing actually wants to. Run down here, not hit the timer, let go of it, grab it again, go here, jump. Now we're going to pull ourselves back up. Grab this thing again, and there we go, we solved it. Now we gotta do some bunny hopping over here. I almost fell right there. Although this one, the falls don't actually kill you, so we need to run back in here. Only a couple more tapes now left to go. We've already gotten all the notes in this game because they were all in one place. But anyway, we need to run in here, open this vent, grab this key, grab this tape, stick it in right here. And then this key is going to unlock this door. And now there's an interview with Stella Grayberg, or something like that. I think that's what that is. Yep, we're gonna go through this vent. We're gonna go ahead and put on the gas mask because once we hop out of here, we're gonna be put into a room full of red mist. Or red smoke, I guess. Yeah, this run is so far, it's so good, not gonna lie. I very realistically could get this in under 3 hours because chapter 4 takes about an hour and a half. Alright, we need the green handout again. We need to... There's that battery we used earlier, we need it back. We're gonna go ahead and open up all these doors and open up all these panels because we need to get electricity running in all of these rooms at once. So we just need to stick our hand onto all of these places. And then once that's done, this door is going to open up, take off the mask. And now we need to grab this battery, it's inside of a container, so we need to smash it against the ground. Grab it and stick it in here. Get this another battery that's also inside of a container. We also need to smash it, but in order to do that, we need to get it up to the top area. And to do that, we need to get it up there. So to start, we're gonna move this electricity over here. And for some reason that makes me drop the battery. And now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna, there's these little platforms that came on. And we need to jump over all of them. We're gonna plug in our first battery. We're gonna grab this thing. What that's gonna do is turn on this like little elevator. And so we can just fall down in here. Actually not do that. First we need to run that down here. Now we need to grab this battery and pull it onto this elevator. Sorry, I'm pausing to scratch my nose a lot because it's really easy. It's really itchy. We need to make the elevator go up because that's what that PowerPoint does. And now, instead of having to go down again, what we can do is grab this battery, take it over here. We can stand on top of these pipes, and then we need to take this battery and just forward all the way to the ground where it's going to get smashed. We can pick it up from there, stick it in there, but the puzzle's not over yet, so we need to point this light over here to go ahead and turn that off, aim it that way, and then pull it again. Yeah, these puzzles are pretty complex, but I know what I'm doing, so don't need to worry. Gotta get into this vent. And this vent is filled with red smoke, so we need to put on the mask. And yep, we're just gonna keep on going. I've been streaming for almost 100 minutes now, so we're doing really good so far. And there's Catnap. He's gonna go ahead and plummet us into our next hallucination. I'm gonna keep an eye on the speedrunning timer because this is actually another really long, like 5-minute cutscene. I'm gonna see if if it like stops at 100 minutes once I get there. Oh wait, no, it's still working just fine. Alright, stream's going so good so far. And yeah, Poppy's just asking us some troubling questions. Like, why are we even doing this? I mean, I'm doing this just to speedrun.
What's happening here?
And I got these two guys on the shelf behind me, rooting for me silently. Hoping I can do it because, like I said, my goal is under 3 hours, and we're not even halfway there yet. Yeah, we're onto this scene where Prototype comes, and I think he's the one who like wakes us up from this nightmare, tells us to get up or something like that. But we're getting ready to move on. Yeah, that's the only time we hear Catnap in this entire game. Yeah, he's like saying, you better leave or else I'm gonna kill ya. No, Catnap, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, we're actually getting ready for the boss fight against Catnap. And this time the phone rings to Dolly.
Something's gone wrong. Grab the cord from the counselor's office and plug it in underneath the statue. We need to reach 100%. Good luck. It looks like we're a tiny bit short. I'm sending one last key. Poppy used it when you met up with her earlier to activate the skylights. Go back over there and find the cord. Then we'll have enough power.
Oh shoot, something there. Alright, we're gonna go and grab this cord. We're gonna use it to route power from the Sky Dome. This isn't even a Sky Dome, the sky's just painted. This has everything that a growing child needs. This orphanage has everything that a growing child needs except for natural light. Because they just have floodlights.
That should be enough power. Now take that huge battery to the gas production zone so we can get out of here. It's the door by the cable car you arrived on. Good luck.
Yeah, this is one big battery. Alright, runs down their loading screen. Alright, back to the place where we started this mission. But, now that we're here, guess who's here? It's Catnap. He's trying to use his red mist since we don't have our gas mask anymore. So instead, we're gonna ride this elevator all the way up to the boss fight area. And that's not even actually Catnap, it's just a hallucination, but still. Looks like a lizard or something. Yep. But making it up here. As soon as we get past this loading screen, it's going to be time to start the boss fight. But before we start the boss fight, this is actually our last VHS tape. Or at least the last one that we have to get. That took me a while to actually get, though.
I hope this is coming through. There's no time to waste. Good. Okay. Now, in between the hallways, there's those two. Good.
And yep. Although I know another way I can cheese this fight to make it easier. Alright, so now what we're trying to do is those two hallways you actually can't come down because they're blocked off by all that smoke. So he's only going to come down through these two for now. Now here's the thing, some of these catnaps aren't actually real, they're just smoke. So if we shoot him and he doesn't disappear, then he's just smoke. I mean, or if we shoot him and if he does disappear, then he is just smoke. If he doesn't, then that's actually him. And we gotta block off the hallway so we can't get us. Although we only need to do that if we see him coming straight towards us. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and block off this hallway. He's getting close. Ooh, shoot. Make sure he's not. Yeah, he almost got me there. I mean, if that was real, he would have almost got me. Oh yeah, wait a minute, this is exactly what I need to do the trick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this down, but then just let it go before it comes up all the way. And we're just gonna keep doing this. If we do that, By the way, that's the real catnap. And if we keep doing this, he's not even gonna go anywhere else. We're just gonna keep doing this for the rest of the boss fight. Oh shoot. No. We almost lost it right there. Oh shoot, we gotta pull this down. Using my left hand. Alright, we're good. We're still good. Yeah, he almost came down and got me. That would have been bad. Yep, we're just gonna keep doing this. Once we hear the alarm go off, it's gonna be time to place the battery back in. Yeah, there's gonna be catnaps coming through all the hallways, but they're not even real. We're just sitting here fooling this real catnap. By the way, this boss fight is supposed to be a lot harder than this. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for that battery to charge up the final electricity point, which we're gonna use to electrocute Catnap and kill him. Let's go ahead and look, see how much time we got. We get 24 seconds. Also, if we do this for long enough, it might cause our camera to get tilted for a few seconds. Well, no, wait a second for the game to fix itself. Alright, 7 seconds. Just gonna keep doing this a couple more times. Alright, it's about time now. We're gonna go ahead and spam our right mouse button, and yep, that's gonna take out Catnap. He's gonna try to dispense his red smoke, but it's gonna set him on fire. Gonna stop, drop, and roll, but he just barely managed to survive. But then the prototype is like, "It's time for you to die, Catnap." And for some reason, he just lets it happen. Yes, because he like ready to submit to him. Like you guys, yeah, that's pretty nasty though. Oh, looks like my hand got stuck there for a second, too. So that looked a little weird. Alright, but anyway, that's the boss fight done. We're heading back to the main area. Alright, we're getting ready to end this speedrun once and for... I mean, not the entire speedrun, just this chapter. I'm about to say once and for all, but we still got chapter 4 to do too. Alright, we're gonna go and grab the big blue battery. We're gonna go ahead and plug it in. Start spamming this button. It might take a few tries to get it to turn on. And another thing, we gotta wait for this thing to turn on before you actually move on. We're gonna wait for that to start moving. We're gonna go ahead and go over to this door. That's where we're gonna end the chapter. Alright. Now we're gonna wait for this thing to open up.
Just like any other. Catnap's gone. The red smoke is diverted.
That's gonna open up. And we're gonna go in here. And once we get back right here, we're actually gonna pause the timer and end chapter 3. And the chapter is technically still going, but we don't even need to move anymore.
This is your answer.
We don't even need to move anymore. We're just getting a big old war dump. Poppy's gonna show us another VHS tape, which I guess technically that's our last one. I mean, you can see her up there. She's just creepily watching us. She's acting like Chucky. But anyway, yeah. But eventually, she's gonna come down here. And we're gonna take this elevator down to where we're gonna start chapter 4. Although we're gonna try to go go back up because we hear Kiss and Missy get attacked by the prototype. But yeah, we're not really paying attention to it. We basically just ended chapter 3. And yeah, I say I'm pretty sure we are actually gonna get my goal of under 3 hours once we finish chapter 4. I usually can get that in like an hour and 20 minutes, so yeah, we should be good. Not sure if you guys actually want to hear Poppy board dump us, so she's not even really doing anything either. She's just making different movements. You can still technically hear her in the background if I have it facing towards me because I still got my speakers right here. But yeah, she's just giving a slower dump, so you guys can just listen to that. I'll turn it back around once she stops talking. I mean, you guys want to see the subtitles, don't you? I mean, yeah, it's just another board dump. And I'm gonna go get myself a drink while she's doing that, so I'll be right back, guys. Just listen to her for a minute. Made it just in time for that cutscene to start.
Soon as we reach the bottom, we send the lift back up. Just hold tight, okay? After you.
Yeah, I did this. I did not do this in the order they expected me to do it. Yep. Now Kissy's gonna go turn on the lift. We're gonna make our way down.
Alright. Once we hit the
Poppy's
ground,
coming down with us
we
for
need to
some
be
reason.
cautious. There's something.
Yep. That is going to be the end of chapter 3. Yep, there the credits start rolling. And yeah, we can actually skim through these credits if you don't want to see them. Or you can just click right here. It's literally that simple. Yep, brings us back to the title screen. And yep. That's where we're going to end chapter 3. And make sure my timer's still there. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Go ahead and move it. It's kind of. And yeah, now we're on to the longest chapter in the game, but it's also kind of boring to just watch it, but it's fun to play it, so I'm just doing it anyway. And yeah, let's fire up the final chapter. So there's Joey on the little cover there. Let's wait for this game to load. In this chapter, my PC starts running like there's a snake behind it or something. Unless my PC's Australian, which doesn't really make sense. Oh yeah, we can skip these intros and go straight to the title screen. So if you remember, I made a little snippet video where I showed Dr. Reflex seeing the doctor for the first time because that's what he is now after he got killed and turned into a machine. And yet, so you guys actually think what is better, him or him? I personally think this guy would win because this guy's honestly not the smartest smartest guy in the world, but anyway, as we're gonna go ahead and get started as soon as I turn the subtitles on, because I always have those off whenever I'm speedrunning normally, but I'm pretty sure you guys want to see what's happening, so go ahead and start the final chapter. And just like chapter 3, the speed run doesn't actually start until we start moving.
No, 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 no! Hold on, Kissy. I'm coming.
Actually, one sec. Hold up, me. Make them big so you guys can see.
Listen, go on ahead. Don't wait for me. I won't leave Kissy behind, and I won't sacrifice our plan. Not because of me. Just
Yep. Picking up right where we left off.
down here.
By the way, no, we don't have our green hand anymore because
It's
we
not like
destroyed it to
anything
get
you've
rid of
seen about
Catnap.
It's not trying to hide what it is. It's hell. And Playtime wanted it. But we have allies down here. Get to them.
Kind of wish I didn't have to listen to Poppy, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and resume the timer right now. Our final chapter, we're kinda in the home stretch, but this easily makes up like almost half of the entire speed run, so. And like I said, this chapter is kind of mid at best. I personally like it, but in general it's kind of just mid. And also, another thing this chapter brings back is the notes. There's a total of 25 notes that we have to collect in order for the 100%. But luckily there's no trophies, and there's like, I think like 12 or 13 different tapes that we have to get. And yeah. This one we're just making it through like these tunnels first. I don't know why it's just giving me these tutorials. I don't know why that's just not like controls. I wish I could just disable this. I feel like if you've played this, I feel like you know what all the controls are and everything. I guess they're. I don't know, but so we're gonna kick out our gun hand. We're gonna shoot that. While that's opening up, we're gonna go ahead and play our first VHS tape. Also, another thing they added is this little prompt that says E, show us what's interactable and everything. Yeah, it's just showing us what the tape is saying. So there's our first. So this time we have another version of the critters known as the nightmare critters. So there's the prison that we got to get into. But it's not letting us in through the front door. While I was going in, there's a couple more notes we got to grab. This game is actually kind of fun and just nab all the notes. I think there's an achievement for it, like a trophy for it if you're playing on PlayStation. And also another thing is that in this game we have actual damage. So it's not just get caught by one of these guys and it's game over. It takes multiple hits for us to die in chapter 4. So yeah, we're mostly safe for these sections. So got more of these jump pads. And I don't know if chapter 4 fixed the issue where you can, or my mouse can get caught in my timer. I've never actually had it happen, but of course it could still be there because I don't really look down as often as I do in chapter 3 especially, because there aren't that many jump pads in this chapter. So this chapter is just more about just running rather than actually solving puzzles.
Everything Poppy said about this game is true.
It also has a lot of unskippable cutscenes. Like you're about to start one right now. I think what I'm actually going to do is keep Dr. Reflex right next to me. Grab him real quick. Because now we're just on a train ride now. Although we're a passenger, we're not the conductor like we were in chapter 2. So it's been an hour and 40 minutes since I started streaming. we wait here for long enough, eventually this TV here is going to turn on. And there's the doctor.
Now what's this? The mind feels something squirming its way beneath my skin.
What a weirdo.
An invasive foreign little germ. After
No.
all this time. Ah, but I see. You. Well, little germ. Let's make a game of you.
A game, huh? What we're not already playing.
Sounds above. And only managed to squirm all the way down here by the bare skin of your teeth.
We don't have skin on our teeth, dude. We have enamel.
Not even the ground beneath your
I know more than you, doctor.
places you can hide. Not from me.
I mean, to be fair, this guy doesn't even have a body anymore, so... Because, yeah, the company took it away from him because he was just so reckless. Evil. Alright. Now, after we just got in this prison, we gotta escape it. I don't know, this was the only place we had to go, so we gotta find another way out of here. Actually, I think we're probably just going through the prison. It's not that we're going through it. There's our Steve jump scare right at the beginning this time. We're going to take out our gun. We'll close these doors. We're not going to worry about those dudes. We are going to get rid of this guy. Use those guys. Switch back to the purple. We're going to go ahead and open that door. Start pulling down these boards. We only need to pull off 2 in order to fit through this gap. And we're gonna just keep this cell right here. And now we're just gonna go in here. There's actually a way to skip this next section, I just don't do it. And yeah, we got our red hand back after losing it in chapter 2. And this and now we actually also have a flashlight. This one we can actually turn on and off and everything.
Let's test the response to safety. When pushed into
And yeah, this one, we just gotta survive. There's gonna be a bunch of critters coming after us. And yeah, I'm so glad that we have actual damage here. Otherwise, I would have died, like, right at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. I am taking quite a bit of damage right now, as you can see by my edges of my skin are covered in blood. Well, as long as I don't get hit 2 times in a short amount of space, I should be good. Yeah, trying to keep these doors closed is almost imperative in order to survive. There is also a PlayStation achievement for not taking a single bit of damage during this section. Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff on PlayStation that make this game a lot better than it is on PC, but unfortunately though, I don't have a PlayStation, so this is what I have to settle with. I have a Switch, but yeah, it's this game, a lot of games on the Switch that you play on PC, they're just not that great because the Switch is very difficult. I am saving up to get me the Switch too, but okay, that's the end of it. Alright, now we can move on. And yeah, we got our red hand back. Now we can use that again. Because this is what we need to get through a lot of parts on the surface of the place. Okay. And also in this chapter, there's a lot of like codes that we need to input in. I already know what they all are. They never change. First one is 3255. It's gonna open up this door and allow us to keep going. Now, once we go through this door, if we turn around, this door opens. We can open this up, and that's going to give us another note. Because we're collecting all the notes. Now we gotta pull down these bars. I think we got a new grab pack since chapter 3 because this one is a lot stronger. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and open that. We're gonna go and grab this note. Grab this Poppy token. Open up this door. Because there's a VHS tape in it. There we gotta play. Talking about something that went wrong during the Hour of Joy. Stuff like that. And now we're gonna make it into this room full of dead bodies. Now we actually have to crawl through these dead bodies. Alright, now I gotta make it back. Just got that key card. Just gonna let us through other areas because this game we have key cards instead of just keys and stuff. Because key cards are just more high tech than actual keys. I feel like the more we go through the fact, the more modernized it gets. Not just because the chapter's newer, I guess the technology that they use to make the Switch is also newer because this place is built in like the 90s and stuff. Actually, before that, I was probably built in like the 50s. Alright. Now we got another section full of red smoke. Because directing all the red smoke through these pipes and stuff. Let's reach through here. Yep, we staying. Although I feel like since chapter 3 our resistance to red smoke got a little better, so we stay in here for a little bit longer than we could in chapter 3. Yeah, what? Well, yeah, only give us the tutorial of like the new mechanics, like the ability to drop items and stuff. Yeah, we only got that ability in this chapter. Alright, we got another code, it's 3642. Also, there's an Easter egg only on PlayStation. If you play that, it'll play Doey's jingle. It'll be like, until the day that you die. Alright, now eventually pressure's going to start building up on this window. We're going to take out our purple hand and we're going to jump up here. Now we're going to go and get this note right here. And we're going to crawl through this vent. There used to be a bug where you can like run through these vents instead of crawling. Yeah, chapter 4 they really like rushed this one and got posted on Steam before it was ready to be. And therefore they had to like follow up like 7 patches. Obviously I'm using the most recently patched version of the game. Because the first version of the game is extremely broken. That one you could like speedrun the Star game in like 15 minutes, whereas with me it's probably gonna take you about like an hour and a half, if I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, what we're gonna do is put in our hands right here. Honestly, I really hope they don't rush chapter 5 and actually skip it while it's good. Instead of like leaving the community wanting. Alright, now we're gonna go on this containment unit right here. Grab a note. Now we're gonna go into this one over here, which is gonna lock us in for some reason.
You know, I never
Now we're gonna get another board out from the doctor.
a human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different. I can tell that much. Though I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something different. Oh, Yanni.
there's Yarnaby. He's coming. Isn't he adorable? I mean, he's also pretty ravenous, so... And I will say, his boss fight is honestly... Shut up, Dr. Doodoo. But anyway, Yarnaby's boss fight was extremely hard for me the first time I played this. I was stuck there for over 3 hours. Obviously, now I know exactly what I'm doing, but that took me a long time to learn how to do Deathless. Like, even now, there's still a chance I might die on that section. And yeah, for this section, we just gotta know where he is. He's gonna go in the same places every time, but during his boss fight, he's gonna move all over the place. Although his boss fight isn't until, like, a lot later. And funnily enough, he's only one of 3 bosses that we have to beat in this game. I mean, technically there's 4, but one of them doesn't even count if you really think about it. Or a mini boss. But yeah, Yarnaby's is the first, and that's like halfway through the chapter. We got another stage right here. Now you technically can just run right past him and get through here. But like I said, I'm not really skipping anything. Especially on Chapter 4. I'm doing the Chapter 4 100% glitchless. Alright, we're going to plug in our next tape. It's a bunch of employees talking about how the doctor is really reckless. Stuff like that. Saying they need to get rid of him. They're saying basically he's too dangerous to keep They're saying he's too dangerous to keep, but still too valuable to get rid of, so I'm kind of confused. So anyway, Yarny's coming back. I don't know why we couldn't just run for that section, because it sounds like a very logical thing to do. Section. We're going to get the key card to get out of here. In addition to that, there's also a tape over here, which we're going to plug in right here, and also a note that we're going to grab. From there, we're going to go ahead and plug in that key card, open up this door. We're going to try to go through these legs, but then we fall off. By the way, falling off is scripted. And yep, there's Tyrannosaurus. Absolutely adorable, although we can't really see him. He's gonna come charging towards me, but then Dobby's gonna come, reach his hands out, smash him against the ground, destroy him against all the walls, pull him, and absolutely devour him in just 3 bites. Yeah, he absolutely dominated that guy. I feel really bad for Tyrannosaurus. He went from he was like a very prominent thing in the trailers, but then he only was on here for like 10 seconds. But anyway, there's Dobby.
I won't eat you.
Who I also have the plushie for. He's also posable too. You can move him around. He's my favorite character in the entire game. He's got a very great personality. Can't really explain it, but he's like very like bipolar. Like he's basically all the toys here have like a human inside of them, kind of like in Five Nights at Freddy's. But Dobby actually has 3 humans inside of him. You got one who's really cheerful, one who's really charismatic, and one who's really violent. And yeah, that makes him very. Yeah, he's a very complex character. I'd say check out like a video if you want to be fully explained how mechanics of this game work. Like there's people like Poppy Theory has like a lot of like really great videos explaining how the mechanics of the game work and everything. But anyway, there's another tape. Yep, no, he's showing us his hat, showing how he can squeeze through really tiny areas. Although luckily though, breaking this so we can get through.
Balls in this place. but I can get you across. Oh, yes.
I'm trying to
Definitely.
grab this bar here. And yep, he made a bridge out of himself. That's pretty cool. He's pretty satisfying to walk across, I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of like Luigi.
So, have you seen Poppy anywhere?
Like I said, he's got like 3 little hands on his stomach. Those represent the 3 kids who are trapped inside of him.
Also said we can trust you. There's a big place with us.
And yeah, you gotta open up this door, this giant door, very reinforced, in order to get out of this prison yard.
You can't get through here.
I don't know why Dowie can't just knock this door down, because he absolutely demolished the Pianosaurus.
You check out there. I look back here.
Yep. Alright, this code is 3021. We're going to get us another lever, because 3 out of these 4 chains that we gotta grab, they don't have a lever on them.
Help?
Yep, he just threw me a lever. He also threw a dead dog day. Don't know why he did that. We'll plug in that one and pull down the last lever. Yep, it's gonna open up this door, which we can squeeze through.
Over here.
And yeah, Dowie, he can move pretty quickly, so we gotta catch up with him. We go down here, there's a note that we gotta grab. Let's go through here. Pull on these boards. My nose is still very itchy, so I'm gonna pause to scratch that a lot. Yep, and I'm in through here.
Our generator's in a pretty bad state. We try to keep the power off in here. I'll turn it on for you, though. It'll open a door downstairs. Here!
Alright, so we open up that battery, that's gonna turn on the generator. And the generator, we gotta fix it, so. And then, in order to fix it, we gotta grab all these gears. You just plug them in like so. If this one actually wants to go in there, I'm gonna put that gear in, which it won't work for some reason. So we can just. Why won't this gear go in? Come on. Why won't this gear go in, no matter what angle I put it in? Hold up, keep my foot in. Come on! Come on! What's wrong with this? I gotta take this out and put this one in first? Like, what's the order of gears here? Come on! Dude, I'm gonna lose the run! A lot of time. Wait, because I was putting it in the wrong one.
Great shot from here, bud.
Okay, that was my fault. Okay, I thought it was the gate. It didn't fit, that's why I wasn't going in. I was putting gears on in the wrong order. Okay, well. Didn't lose that much time though. I can still get this in under 3 hours. I'm gonna take out our gun because there's gonna be a pulley right there. He's trying to jump me, but now we're gonna get here. And yeah, we see that Kissy actually survived getting attacked by the prototype. And there's the prototype right there. We actually never actually see the prototype in this game, at least not for now. We may in Chapter 5 though. A lot of people are saying that Chapter 5 is going to be the last chapter. I doubt it, but I feel like they'll probably go at least 6, but.
Should be able to make it into the safe haven from there. I say so. Go.
Yeah. We're getting into the safe haven now.
Go.
actually very easily missable. Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of like smiling critters who are alive and not like rabid like those ones we saw in Playhouse earlier. These are actually very much alive and well. They're just looking at me funny. Here we got another cutscene where at least we can actually like look around now. Yeah, Poppy's finally come back to the safe haven after she disappeared for 8 years.
Poppy. Is that really right? Take her to one of the beds. I'll check the defenses. See if something's still outside.
Something. It's him. He's out there.
You brought him down? We'll talk about this later. For now, I'll make sure out there is where he stays.
Walking down the safe haven. We are staying. Over here.
And yeah, we're into a couple more really long cutscenes. We're just gonna get a bunch of board dumps and just saying how the rest of the chapter is gonna go.
Some rest, okay?
Got one from Poppy, which I honestly don't really like. But you know what I'm gonna do? Instead of listening to Poppy, I'm gonna just look around. By the way, here's a secret that a lot of people don't know about. What we can do is we can actually press this button, very secret button back here. What that's gonna do is trigger this little mini game where Crafty's gonna move back and forth. And we can just play some soccer. There's actually a bunch of soccer balls flying around. I bet this Kissy. Kissies are pretty rare in this game, so you can actually take it out, I think. And yeah, we can just look around. And yeah, we can look back here and we can see that there's a shrine where they pay their homage to all the people they've lost, especially like the orphan kids and everything. And yeah, I just like looking around. I'm sorry. Not really anything to do right now. Also, apparently, someone just made their camp like, just in the bathroom. Like, that's just weird.
What is this?
Yeah, Poppy's saying her plan is to just blow up this place.
Full of mining charges. Then what's new? And Kissy have freed the orphans. Our friends here
She's saying the only way to
sky high.
save everyone here is to blow up the factory. Now Dobie's gonna give us his spiel.
Hiya, pal. Got something I want to talk to you about.
Like, here's the thing about Dobie. Like, look at, like, you saw his movements right there. He's like dancing around, and then you come in here. Now he's just acting really serious. He goes from two different personalities in a matter of seconds. And that's the thing. The violent side of him doesn't really come into place until like the end of the chapter where we gotta do a boss fight against him. And he loses control.
Dr. Harley Sawyer.
And
He was the son.
yeah, Dobie's a really complex character.
Us. I don't know what he is, how he's still alive, but he works with the prototype. Haunting us, starving us, making us sick, and...
You can see the violent side kind of peeking through, but it's not really going to come into control. At least not over the serious and the happy sides.
The executives used them.
I mean, not really serious, just caring,
The
I
master
guess.
control to anything in the entire factory. And with it, he commands everything down here. Everything but this. Runs completely on its own grid, away from the prison. For a time, it kept us safe. But now, I need you to stop the doctor. To take his own hand. We'll need it for the generator. And if you want red smoke in the foundation, you'll need it too.
Yeah, this is a really long cutscene.
Toys out there.
Yeah, it's been over 2 hours now.
I understand what Poppy wants. She so much right. Destroying the factory, destroying him. I ask you to consider if we throw everything away, everyone, just to kill the prototype, how much do we waste? I know the others might believe it's right, but we should bury everything.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't quite agree with Poppy's plan to blow it up. He's saying that there's still people alive around here, and he actually values life, unlike Poppy. And the prototype does too. That's not what he wants either. But anyway, eventually their argument is going to get so feuded that he's going to turn into a monster and try to kill us. I guess that's a bit of a spoiler alert, but we'll see it all happen in action later. Alright, so there's a note right here. And now the tape we grabbed earlier, we're going to stick it in right there. And yeah, we're actually going to have multiple tapes going on at once, because there's another one right next to it. We're going to be back through this area multiple times. We could grab all this stuff later, but I just like to grab it while we're in there for the first time. And we can hear their argument right now. But it's more of just a debate right now. Healthy debate. But anyway. Alright, where's the... So, now if we run over here, there's going to be a tape and a note that we can get. Tape player right here. That's basically a continuation from that foreshadower tape from chapter 3. Ollie's calling us again, but we can't understand him, so we get another one of these electricity puzzles, even though they're really sparse in this game. Or scarce, not really sparse, but we're gonna pull this berry card. We're gonna pull it over here. We gotta activate all these pressure plates so we can move these pylons. We gotta move them one at a time. That's gonna activate this one, which we can now pull over here. And now we can actually connect them. Pull them over here. They're basically saying the violent side of Dowie and how he can just turn into a monster at any given moment. Which is another foreshadower saying he's gonna do that eventually. Alright, so we're gonna grab this little chain, and we're gonna go in here, and now we're in no man's land. And this is the part with the Yarnaby boss fight that I'm honestly kind of scared of. Because this run has been so far so good. My best run so far. And I have lost it to this one dude. However, like I said at the beginning, I'm not truly going for a deathless run. I'll accept it if I get like 1 or 2 deaths. But I really do want to get it deathless. Now basically Yarnaby is kind of like the animatronics in FNAF Security Breach. He's attracted to noise. And he like roams around a lot more. Yeah. And yeah, Yarnaby, he can move all over the place in this one, unlike most of them, which just chase me. Alright. Now, I've lost there, too, because we can actually fall into that grinder and die. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this part on. Route the electricity over here with the other hand. I should probably be quiet for this because I need to hear if he's coming. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that on. For this first hand scanner, we can just kind of go for it. We can just get him to follow. I can just get him to follow me so I know where he is. And if I do this part in the exact right order that I need to, we should be fine. Now he's gonna come over here. If I just take the exact same path every time, then he will for this section. Now for this last section. This one we actually can't really run because he's attracted to us running. But we're gonna we're gonna plug in our last hand right there. And we're just gonna walk over here and just slowly sneak out of this area. And then eventually the power's gonna turn on and then we can start running again. So that's the first half of the boss fight done. We can route the electricity over here by pushing that button. Push this button to route it over here. And then press it here so we can move on to the next half. This next part I kind of just run and hope he doesn't catch me by surprise. Which honestly he could. Like he could very easily see me right here. And once we grab this, he's gonna hear me. And now what I'm hoping he does is he goes back up there and goes back into the vent. Because, yeah, he can see me through windows. I think he can, at least. This is a section where RNG kind of comes into play, so I'm hoping he doesn't go in front of me. And everything. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for him to enter a vent, which I can hear him do that. And then hope he doesn't teleport to that vent up there and get in my way. I guess then, even if I... Alright, let's just hope he doesn't go in the vent up there. I don't think he did. Okay, we're good. We're about done with this boss fight. All it's left to do is pull this lever. It says checkpoint loaded, and there goes my thing again. Happened like a few times throughout this stream. Alright, that's the Yarnaby boss fight done. That's the actual fight done, but now we still gotta escape him. So we're gonna scan these doors. Now he's gonna be chasing after me again. So yeah, this one all we can do is run like the wind. One tip I should give is when you're doing this is make your turns as sharp as possible. And also here, it's actually a good idea to look down so you know exactly when to jump. Because if you don't, you can actually fall into that pit of lava, just like he's about to do, and kill himself. But anyway, that's the end of Yarnaby. He doesn't know that he's made of a really flammable material. And yep, we're done with him now. Go ahead and open this. Hop inside this pod, which I think teleports us back up to the tunnels where we started the boss fight. There's another TV and tape player that we can play. And we're not even really going to watch it, and we're back to where Dowie is.
Oh, it's you! Is the doctor...
No, he's not dead yet. We just got rid of Yarnaby.
Suppose he is then? I've been here gathering parts for the generator.
And now that thing's going to attack him and freeze him, because Dowie is extremely allergic to freezing temperatures. So yeah, that part, I've lost way too many runs to that section, but we finally did it. And you know what? I really think I'm going to get it in under 3 hours. Alright, now we're back on to where the doctor is.
And here you are, just as I expected. It appears you are every bit what the prototype feels. And to think Playtime has
Yep, we're in another one of these sections where... Now these things can actually freeze us too. They don't do it as good as they do it to Dowie, but they can still freeze us if we get hit with them for long enough. And the doctor's acting as some questions that Poppy asked us in our dream in chapter 3. Yeah, these questions must still remain unanswered. Well, Poppy's questions I have a bit of an answer to, but these ones are really ambiguous.
experiments killed them.
And now what he did is he just froze my hand. soon it's going to freeze me too if I don't react quickly. So what we need to do is there's another grab pack right here, which we need to cut off its hand. So we can scan our hand right here to get it to let go. So we can grab this plug. And now we're just going to kill the doctor bit by bit. So that was his lungs that we just got rid of. Yeah, I'm not listening to this dude at all. Alright, so there's a note right here and a fairly functional gas mask, and I just got the code wrong. Code is 35198. That's gonna open up these doors, but there's also collectibles around here. This place is supposed to be full of red smoke, but since I already got the code down, I don't even have to worry about it. But what we're gonna do is grab that VHS tape, come back in here, go this way. We're gonna plug it in right here. And we're gonna go this way, pull ourselves up into this vent up here. We can hear some of the doctors talking to some of the patients and everything. Oh, we came up here because there's a note right here. Anyway, now we run down here, we're in this room. That gives us another bit of oxygen that we need for this gas mask, but we don't even need it. But now we got another plug that we're going to use, and this one we're going to kill his liver. And I think that's one of his kidneys in there too. I think we look really hard. It's pretty gruesome, but yeah, now Toby's going to come back and take off our gas mask. By the way, I take the gas mask just because you don't need it for that jump scare, but I feel like it just looks better if we do use it. Just if you don't do it, it's just like he's just coming here and he's just a weirdo. He's just trying to hug my face or something like that. But anyway, enough of that. We're moving on. And now here's another part. Now what that just did was our purple hand just got broken. And now we can't use our right hand at all right now. We can't even change it or anything. And now here's the mini boss. That's not really the boss fight I was talking about. This one's against Baba Chops. And honestly, she's actually like really annoying. So we're gonna have to get past Poe. The Raven. Honestly, I think that Raven Poe, he's named after Edgar Allan Poe, inspired by his poem, The Raven. Really great poem if you haven't heard it. And yeah, basically what Baba does is she's gonna try to bite me. And if she does that, then it's gonna cause me to slow down. And yeah, I don't want that to happen. And then if she bites me 2 times really quickly, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, I forget that. Yeah, chapter 4, you have the ability to plug batteries in from far away. Unlike chapter 3, you gotta go right up to the battery receiver. Anyway, what we need to do now is we gotta route electricity right where we need to get it. Right here, we gotta get it in here to get her cage to open up because there's a key card in it. We're gonna get that key card, open this up, and there we go. There's Simon Smoke. And now what we're supposed to do is actually kill Simon Smoke in order to leave this room. But there's actually an Easter egg. Right, by the way, this isn't a skip, it's an Easter egg. That allows us to get out here without killing him, and that makes us get out of here a lot faster. Which is good for the speed run, obviously.
It's this little life or yours. You know what you have to do. Just as
He's like talking to us about like morality and everything. Come on, dude.
Light still looking behind those faraway eyes. That would just rob of claim to it. Poppy would do it. It's your mission. The door will open. Or is maintaining the veil of your morality more important. Act quickly.
Yeah, we can just pull ourselves up. Go through this vent, and yep, we're out. We didn't need to kill anyone.
Come on in. The doctor.
Although we are going to kill the doctor now, because we're going into his lair. And of course, we're going to have to do this with only one hand.
Appearance. Right. Off somewhere. Somewhere. Far. Beyond this place. Beyond any place.
I wonder who.
A wounded little pup lifts his head beneath the shadow of the master's raised foot. For whom is that bell now?
Tolls for you, idiot. 'Cause you're about to die. So that's what he looks like. His system looks like. And then there's one of his minions. Throwing me down into the pit. So now what we need to do, this is another battery puzzle where we gotta like pick up a bunch of batteries, put them in their spots. So we're gonna plug in our first one right there. And now a bunch of these guys are just gonna come and start chasing me. And you need to get hit by one of these guys twice in order for it to kill you. So, never in too much danger here, as long as we're running the entire time. So we need to run into all these places and grab batteries from all of them. But once we grab a battery from one of them, it's going to cause more of these guys to wake up. But I know exactly where I'm going, so...
There gets machines on now.
Yeah, some of these guys aren't even really going for me, they're just running around aimlessly. Now, in this area, there's actually a tape that's actually, there's a tape, a note, and something else that's actually hidden extremely well.
Bury myself so far down in that mountain, I never find prototype, not anyone.
So being completely alone? You know, Doctor, that doesn't sound very good for you. For being someone called the Doctor, you don't seem to know a lot about mental health. As humans, we need to have connections. Now we've gotten all the electricity turned on, but we're actually not done yet because we need to get that secret I was talking about. You go into this door, which is open slightly. There's a key card right there. And that's going to allow us into a section of this place that's actually extremely well hidden. So we need to come over here and run over here. You almost got me right there. But anyway, you need to go ahead and turn off this computer, grab his key card, and that's gonna cause his brain to do a flip and his entire machine to explode. And now he's dead. Now if we run up here, here's the really well hidden area. I was stuck here for like hours trying to find this place. But anyway, there's a tape, a note, you can plug in, and a radio. It's gonna give us more lore. Just gonna tell us what he really thinks about the children he's experimenting on. But anyway, the card we grab from him is gonna make the Omni hand. So we're gonna plug in our red hand right there. You can see it's turning it into the Omni hand. And now that we've got the Omni hand, now we can actually use our right hand again. And we're gonna use it to open this part. By the way, this is a very special hand. Only the very only the highest ranking officials at Playtime Co. could actually use this hand, but hey, we got it from the highest ranked person at Playtime Co. So yeah, it's ours now. By the way, there's only 4 places that actually need it. As you can see, there's 4 little wires, and we've already used one of them, so we only get 3 more uses of it. At least on the special places. It can still be used as a normal red hand, but yeah, it can be used as the Omni hand only in 4 places. Places that have very restricted access. And now we come over here, there's going to be this little zip line that we can take. Bring us right here. My mouse just jumped right there. Alright, now we're going to this cable car. Now Ollie's going to call us again. We can actually hear him this time.
Signal's coming through. Finally. The doctor. He's dead. I didn't think I'd ever get to say that. You, my friend, are a hero. Again and again, you do the impossible. You got us here. And
Yeah, we're still on track to get it under 3 hours. And kind of,
all that's left.
of course, I'm still starting to have doubts we might do it.
Take stock. Top boy there.
Although, of course, if I die, I'm sure I don't get it in under 3 hours. But honestly, I know it. I can do this. I can do this. About half an hour. I'm pretty sure we can do it in that time. Oh. Why is my thing opening? There we go. Now we're going to go onto this elevator, which is going to take us down. I'm going to take out the purple hand for this. Yes, we still have the purple hand. We don't use it that much in Chapter 4. We use it a lot in Chapter 3, though. Although, like I said, we use the flare gun hand a lot more in Chapter 4 than in Chapter 3. Guess that might be why we got the tutorial for it now, and not in Chapter 3. Take the Omni hand back out. Every single chapter has a tape about this guy named Rich. I'm pretty sure that must mean he's important to the game.
You have it. The Omni hand. We can do this. You have no idea what this means. It's everything. You've done what none of us ever could.
I don't like listening to you, Poppy. I'm gonna play some more soccer. Obviously, we can't stay here for too long because we're making our way into the generator room now. Getting onto another cutscene where they start to argue over whose plan is better, but then they get cut off because the prototype's fairly outside. There's soccer balls everywhere here. There's one right there. They decided to knock down.
Let's get started. Losing the doctor, it'll have gotten the prototype's attention. He'll be scared. He knows he's losing them, and the orphans are all he has. Now's the time to get to the foundation. Make everything ready.
Look, we need to talk about this. We shouldn't. Just give it a second.
Ollie? You there? What's outside? Ollie? Outside! Who's... You need to distract him, Joey. Please. Keep him away from here.
Without the generator.
I'm not gonna lie, this is another one where I'm saying where Chapter 4 just kind of mid. Like, look at this scene. I feel like they weren't really following the script the way they wanted it to.
We won't have a lot of time.
When
Trust us, Joey. Trust me.
Just get the generator working. Please.
I wouldn't call her Captain, not gonna lie. This puzzle's actually extremely easy. They try to make it like really hard just to distract us.
On the generator. It's just a little door on the outside of the machine. Use the Omni hand. Whenever you're ready, lift the breaker switch. Grab the turn. Now use the Omni tool to override the key. Pull it. Nice. Now put it in.
There we go. That was like extremely easy, Ollie. It wasn't that hard. Well, I guess I'll just kick this soccer ball in victory, I guess. Yeah. I'm just gonna ignore Poppy and just go straight to where we need to go next. Either we're going back through the infirmary, which we've already been through. Oh, instead of going to No Man's Land, we're going to the Foundation. Because we've already taken care of the doctor and Yarnaby, so. Poppy's plans, and we're following the red smoke. Now this time we got another gear puzzle that we gotta do in order to unlock the door. Oh, this one's easier. Okay, that time that was where the people needed to go. My gears just don't like working now, do they? Although the first time they did it, that was entirely my fault. Just didn't know it until later. Take out the flare gun because we got some nightmare critters around here. And then grab this platform. Move it over here. Alright. See that guy. He hit me. Oh yeah, right here. There's a nitroglycerin canister that we gotta shoot. That's gonna cause this part to blow up so we can get into it. Grab the bomb right there. We're gonna launch ourselves up here. Grab our last one. Grab this tape. Grab this key card, plug in the tape. Get ourselves make our way back down here. We're gonna put the bombs on where all these X's are. Yeah, that tape's talking about how Doe finally came to life. There's our last note. That was the last note we needed to get. There's still a few more tapes though, so we don't have to worry about those. And once we get out of here, there's going to be a few more nightmare critters coming out to get me. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to take the Omni hand back out. And we can go ahead and solve this puzzle, which we need to get the red smoke to be flowing a certain way. I already know exactly what to do though, so. And then eventually it's gonna very slowly but surely make its way through all these pipes. And yep, once it gets inside of that tank, we're gonna go ahead and pull that lever, but then the gas is gonna start overflowing, so we do the procedure, scan the Omni hand, but now we gotta fix the door because it's broken, and we gotta do that before the room fills up with red smoke, so we're gonna grab the gear, pull ourselves up here, shove it right there, take out the gun. And now there's going to be more nightmare critters coming. So we're going to need to shoot them. Need to push this button. It's going to cause an elevator to start coming down. So it's going to take a second for it to do that. Oh, also there's little tiny huggies too. of the foundation, although... Although Dowie says something went wrong.
I lost track of him in the tunnels. Have you seen him? Was he at the foundation? Or was he... What? What's going on? He's... I let him away, didn't I? Generator's fine. It's...
Yep, and now Safe Haven just blew up. Prototype stole the explosives and used them on Safe Haven to get us and Poppy and everyone where he needs us, so he can do his plan. I kind of wonder if the final chapter is gonna have like 2 different endings or something. Like, you know, one where who are we gonna listen to? Are we gonna listen to the prototype or Poppy? But anyway, we're getting ready for the final boss fight of this game and of the stream. Because we're about to see the part where Dowie turns into a monster and tries to kill us. It's honestly pretty sad, his death scene, though. There's gonna be one more Nightmare Critter. There's Maggie Mako. I know all the Smiling and Nightmare Critters' names, so I just don't really say them because I'm pretty sure you guys don't. Yeah, there's Dowie saying how he's a failure.
I'm so sorry.
But you guys can still hear me okay, right?
I was never what any of you needed. I was only made to hurt things. My fault. Hurts. Everything hurts. Hurts back. Always hurt back. Parents, scientists, everyone have to. My friends, he killed my friend.
So we got 22 minutes to beat this game in under 3 hours.
Started with you and her.
I can do it.
It was you who ruined everything! No, that's not true. It jump-started the generator.
His 3 personalities are fighting each other.
Everything! I'll kill you!
And eventually the violent one takes over. Alright, here he comes. Yep, we just gotta run away now. I'm back on this elevator. Yeah, he's like a giant lizard dude. Yeah, he couldn't hold on, could he? Alright. Let's go this way. We got another zip line. Yeah, these are always fun. Now I gotta keep running because he's still coming. There's more critters that he's not worried about. Yeah. Ah, crap! I fell! I died! Well, there was my first death. Hopefully this isn't one death throws off the rest of it. There's the other tape that's very well hidden. Alright, well that was one death. Although at least it wasn't like a big death or anything, it was just, I fell into that pit. Didn't take too long for it to reset though. I can still get the 3 hour run. So got just 19 minutes left. Alright, Omni hand, we're gonna stand it right here. Let's pull down this lever, pull our gun back out. Because we're gonna use these nitroglycerin canisters on Doey because now it's time for his actual boss fight. What we're trying to do is get these canisters to get inside of his body. So I'm gonna shoot, and that's gonna freeze him. Get him under these saws. Saw his body. Every time I come across one, I'm just gonna pull it down. And yeah, and now here's the thing. Sometimes Doey's gonna keep following me, and sometimes he's gonna go up into the center of the stage. Looks like he did the ladder this time. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to go this way. Ow! Yeah, this little goopy stuff, it does cause damage to me. So I think he's back to chasing after me. Alright, so there's our second canister. We gotta do this 3 times. Alright, get him. Get him sawed down again. And yeah, now for the first one, he almost always keeps chasing me, and this one sometimes he will come, and this time sometimes. So, where is he? Oh no, he's going back to the middle. So we're gonna have to keep going. Yeah, there's these little tunnels that take me to other parts of the area because there's like, I think 3 or 4 different floors that we can go on top of. Oh, we already used that one. Right, we're gonna have to go back the way we came. Because he came right in front of me. Oh, crap. And, yeah, we got him to freeze. Although we didn't get him to freeze where we need him to freeze, so... Luckily, though, there's, like, more than just 3 places to freeze him, so... I don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, no, he's doing this. He's trying to claw me using his hands. And yeah, these things can actually kill me. As you can see, they're doing damage to me right now, but I think that's all of them. Yeah, I don't know where he is. Yeah, like I said, this boss fight is also partly about luck. And again, we gotta freeze him. Yeah, I think I just lost the 2-hour run because of this dude right at the end. Right, so because oh, come on, Doey. We only got like 15 minutes left. Is he back up in the middle again? He's saying some pretty wacky stuff. Oh, there he is. Does he have a canister inside of him? He's back up in the middle! Come on, Doey! Yeah, I think I just lost this run. Yeah, I am going to lose this run. Oh, he's right under a working one. Can freeze him right here. Come on, freeze! He didn't freeze! Why isn't he freezing? No! No! You have to do that entire... You know what? I am stopping the timer, and I am ending this stream. Goodbye.